Hello dear children, welcome you all to our class. We are going to deal with a new poem written by Walt Whitman. The name of the poem is The Voice of the Rain. It's from your Hornbill. Okay? And looking much about Walt Whitman, you will see that he was born in the year 1819 on May 31st. He died in the year 1892 on March 26. We see that Walt Whitman was an American poet, he was an essayist and a journalist. And he was a great admirer of transcendentalism and realism. As a humanist, he was a part of transition between transcendentalism and realism. Okay, about transcendentalism and realism will come later on. And his works, we see that he was just trying to incorporate both the views of transcendentalism and realism. Okay. And we see that this Walt Whitman was considered to be one of the influential poet in America. That's why he is the most influential poets in American canon. Canon means a poet who was considered to be generally good. He was under that category. So he was said to be an American canon. Okay. And he was also called to be the father of free verse. And coming much upon the poem, here we see that, as I told you, that this poem is a reflection of transcendentalism. Transcendentalism in simple form, here we can just give the definition like goodness of nature and man. That is transcendentalism. In simple, very simple form, let's just describe transcendentalism as goodness of nature and man. And as you go through the poem, we see that the poem was just given in the form of a dialogue. A conversation. What is a dialogue? Dialogue is talking with a person, giving answers. Likewise, he was just giving the poem in a different view. Okay? And also here we see that, as we told, as a transcendentalist, as a person who is just uplifting transcendentalism, he is a very good lover of nature too. And he has got deep concern for nature. And here, throughout the poem, we see that he was trying to have a conversation with whom? Conversation with the rain. Okay? And here we see that he was giving the definition that when he talks with the rain, he gets what he wanted. There also, here we see that his attachment with the nature was highlighted. And for him, the nature turned to be a great source of inspiration, information, and comfort. Okay, going much about transcendentalism. Transcendentalism is, here we see that going beyond the five senses because of the love. Okay, in the last time we have seen that it's good things, good nature, good about nature and good about human beings. So in transcendentalism in generally it means that is a formal word that describes a very simple idea. People, men, women equally, whatever be. Here it says that about themselves and the world around them transcends. Transcends means what? Changes. Or they go beyond what they see, hear, taste and touch or feel. That is really transcendentalism or transcends. You have the ability to go beyond a step about what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you touch or feel. Actually, that is appreciation. Once you are ready to appreciate something, you are also trying to have a transcend. You are also trying to go beyond something. Okay? That is transcendentalism. Then what is realism? Realism is accurate representation of art, of the visual appearance of scenes and objects. Okay? There is no imagination. In realism, there is no imagination. But transcendentalism, there is what? Imagination. Okay, I think you could have understood the difference between transcendentalism and realism. Realism is what you see, the correct visual appreciation of art. Art means what? Creative, or what is that? Beauty. Beauty is really art. Okay, being artistic. Aesthetics in nature. That means you have the capability to appreciate nature in its true sense. That is realism. Transcendentalism, when you see, here we see that Walt Whitman said that he has the capacity to coin transcendentalism with realism, which means whatever he sees in nature in its precise, detailed, accurate form, in its visual appearance, within that, seeing that, he goes beyond level higher to that. Okay? He goes beyond what he sees clearly. He goes beyond what he hears, then he goes beyond what he tastes, he goes beyond what he touches, and he goes beyond what he feels. That's why he said, yes, I mix up my writings with realism and transcendentalism. That is real appreciation. You will come to know about this transcendentalism and realism in the poem Voice of the Rain. Okay? Here in the poem, he is just paying tribute to the restorative power. What is restorative power? That is rebirth, bringing back to life, or just reviving again and again from a diminished position to something very creative. And nature has that power. For a transcendentalist poet, nature is capable of bringing back dead things to life, because that is a cyclic process of nature. Okay? The death of one thing brings to the birth of a new thing. Decay, rebirth, that is going on in nature, isn't it? So that's why it says that he is paying homage to the restorative power, the power to give revival of natural world, and claims that poetry nourishes humanity just as rain nourishes the earth. Okay? Poetry is one of something that for Wordsworth, poetry is defined as the spontaneous overflow of emotion. When you see a film, at least there will be one song. Why? Because that gives a particular emotion. Sometimes that is the emotion of fear. Sometimes that may be the emotion of what? Sadness. Sometimes that may be the emotion of happiness, joy, whatever be. Whatever your emotion be, sometimes that emotion can be best given up through songs. So that's why it says that as poetry nourishes humanity, the earth is nourished by what? Nourished by rain. Okay? This is very clearly said in the poem, The Voice of the Rain. Okay? Let's have a go through the poem. Okay, first let's see what the lines just goes on. Okay? I'll read it for you once. Just take your textbook and see. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer. And here translated. I'm the poem of the earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. Upward to heaven, whence, vaguely formed, altogether changed, and yet the same. I descend to lay the droughts, atoms, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin, and make pure and beautify it. For songs issuing from his birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. So this is the poem, The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. And here we say that the first part of the poem, as I told you that in this poem, the poet was just trying to give the poem in the style of a dialogue. As I told you earlier, the first two lines here we see that this is a question, as if someone is asking something, and here the answer is also given. What is it? And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower. In the first line here we see that the poet is having a close bond with nature, that he has got the power to talk with nature. What is the element of nature that is highlighted here? That is the soft falling shower. What is the soft falling shower? That is the rain. Okay? So the rain is just falling very softly, just like a shower. It's not a heavy rain. And all the people likes to be under this shower because it soothes the mind, isn't it? It just gives you happiness, joy. Just enjoy without creating any damage, without making you just worry about your life. This shower always gives a great presence of mind. So here, when the poet happened to see this shower or the rain which is falling so softly from heaven, here we see that the poet is asking a question. Looking at the rain, enjoying the rain, the poet just asks a question. And who art thou? What do you mean? Who art thou means? Who are you? See the word which is given here, who art thou? Who art thou is archaic words. Archaic words means Old English. Instead of asking, who are you? Art here means not the art that we are just talking about or the creative drawings, not that. Here instead of A-R-E, the poet is just asking, who are thou? Thou means you. Asking a question to the rain, which strange to tell gave me an answer. And here translated. And the poem, when asked a question to the rain, he never expected an answer. But here it says that which strange to tell. What do you mean by strange to tell? Because beyond expectation. That's why here we say the transcendentalism and realism. What is realism? He had seen the real presence of rain. So here he is applying realism and transcendentalism. Here he is going beyond what? Going beyond sight. What is that? What he sees there is the rain. And he hears the sound of what? The soft falling shower. So now he is going to travel beyond the senses of seeing and hearing by asking a question. What is that question? Who are you? And from here, he gets an answer. And it says that it's strange to tell. That means as rain, it doesn't have the capacity to speak. But apart from this, the poet hears an answer from the rain. That means he is going beyond the level of hearing or going beyond this level of seeing the rain. He hears something from the rain. The rain now started speaking to the poet because the poet is having a great bond with nature. He is a great lover of nature and he earnestly believes that a person who is having much love and trust towards nature can realize and understand each and every atoms of nature. So he hears one answer. And the language which was shared by this soft falling shower and the poet is understood only by the poet. Because the poet is asking a question and the poet got an answer. And that cannot be understood by us. Because we are not asking a question to the rain. And also we are not traveling beyond what? The realism. So anyhow, the poet wanted to give an translation of the language that he understood from the rain. And what was that he understood as the answer which was given by the rain? The rain said, I am the poem of the earth, said the voice of the rain. Here, when the poet translated, the rain says that I am the poem of the earth. Poem, already we have seen that poem is something that nourishes the human life. As I told you earlier, poem is something that just help people to overcome all despondence in life, all dearth in life, unhappy situations in life. The song just soothes as a song soothes the mind of a person. Just likewise, rain soothes the earth. That is what the rain was trying to say in the line, I am the poem of the earth. And now, one more thing that what we see in this line here, when the rain said the words, I am the poem of the earth, the poet was trying to personify the rain by giving the ability to speak like whom? Ability to speak like human beings. Isn't it? In reality, this rain doesn't have the ability to speak. When the poet just pointed out the rain and asked a question, who are you? There also we say that the poet was personifying the rain by giving a possibility of uttering something or expecting an answer. The poet is personifying the rain by addressing as you, as calling someone like human beings. And he never expected an answer, but he got an answer from the rain. And also, here the rain is personifying by its ability to speak like human. And the poet easily understood the answer given by the rain. And he translated the answer as the rain said that I am the poem of the earth. I am something that is going to soothe this earth. Just like a poem which gives joy and happiness to human emotion, I am also here to give joy and happiness to the whole earth. Okay? This is what the first line of the answer which was given by the rain is said to be like. I am the poem of the earth. The poem is something that nourishes human being. If poem can nourish human being, then really the rain says that I am also something that is going to nourish the earth, said the voice of the rain. Okay? The next two lines. Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea, upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed and yet the same. So in these two lines, what we see here is the poet just says that when the rain gave its answer, now here the rain says that the origin, how the rain originates. The birth of the rain is said here by telling that eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and of the bottomless sea. Says that without any presence, just like rain, I go invisible towards high or towards the heaven forever. From where? From the land. Not only from the land, also from the bottomless sea. So here it says that eternal. What is the meaning of eternal? Eternal means forever, never ending. Okay? Eternal I rise. Forever I rise. I go. Impalpable. Impalpable means invisible. Out of the land and of the bottomless sea. In smaller classes, you have studied about evaporation. The cyclic process of rain. Isn't it? You know it. When there is heavy rain, it just goes to the ocean or to the sea, and during bright sunlight the water evaporates and it takes the position of vapor. It goes higher level to the sky. Then there it takes another form, that it gets condensation. Okay, and it changes into clouds due to condensation. Then after some times we see that when there is dark clouds, we will get rain. You know this. And this process just continues. Again the rain comes and it goes back to the sea. Then again it goes up to the sky in the form of water vapor. Then it takes the form of clouds. Again the water. This cyclic process goes on. That's why the poet says that eternal I rise impalpable. Impalpable means without our sight, or invisible it goes. We can't see the presence of water vapor, isn't it? And from where? Out of the land and of the bottomless sea. Out of the land and bottomless sea together we see that that is earth. So the rain is trying to say that the place of birth of the rain is the earth, the mother earth. And from here only, from the place of birth only, it moves upward to heaven. Heaven in the sense means into the sky, where these clouds are formed. Dark clouds are formed due to condensation. And hence, whence means where, vaguely formed. There also we can't see the process or the transformation that is taking place. Isn't it? So that's where it says that anyhow the process that is happening in my life is not clearly visible. I take much transition in my life. And finally, you see me in the form of what? In the form of rain or droplets. Whatever be, I am the same. Whether I be a vapor, whether I be a cloud, whether I be a water, whether I be a droplet, I am the same. So here, that's why the poet just says that, yes, I am not visible in some form, but finally, when I comes to the earth, I am visible in the form of droplets of water or raindrops. Okay? This because in the sky, you know that the process of evaporation that goes on in the formation of rain. So this is what the rain says about its origin. First of all, it says that I am the poem of the earth which gives happiness. And from where I am just born, I am born from the land and from the bottomless sea. What is bottomless sea? we can't even calculate the depth of the sea, the vast area that is covering the earth. A very good percentage of the land is covered by sea. So that's where it says that, yes, this is my place of birth. And he was trying to say that, the rain was trying to say that I am also a part of this earth. I am a person amidst you. Person here in the sense the poet already addressed the rain as you. Okay? Anyhow, even if I take different shapes, I am the same, and my place of birth is the earth itself. That's why I just come here to soothe the earth, just like a poem that soothes the mind of the readers, as well as the mind gives happiness and joy for to the life of the people. Okay, so this is what the meaning goes like in the two lines. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and of the bottomless sea. By saying the word bottomless, the poet was trying to exaggerate, and he was trying to give a deeper meaning by telling that we can't count the depth of the sea. It's bottomless, it's vast, covering a very good percentage of the land. Okay, then the next two lines. I descend to leave the droughts, atoms, desolates of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only latent, unborn. So what does the poet mean in those two lines is, the poet says that the rain just gives the answer by telling that yes, there is a purpose for me to come here. First of all, the rain said, I am the palm of the earth. Then it says that yes, my place of birth is also from the earth. Okay, then the rain says that I have a purpose. And what is the purpose? I descend. I descend here means I come down. Already we have seen that due to this evaporation process, it takes the form of dark clouds in the sky. When there is enough and more dark clouds, you know that within the next few hours we'll get rain. And now the rain says that why I come down. The reason is that to lave the droughts. To lave means to wash, to bath the droughts. Droughts means the dry land, the parched land. You know that when there is a lack of water, even the land will get parching. Then it will get parched because of dryness. So here it says that one of my purpose is to wash away this dryness of the land, to make it fresh. Okay? And the next one is, and also to lave. To lave means to wash the atoms. Atoms means what? Even the dry, tiny particles of this earth that is not visible to our eyes. And also we see that even the dead particles of the animals in the remote areas, as well as some creatures, everything will get washed away when there is enough rain. That is another one. Then says that not only to wipe away the dryness of the land, not only to clean, but I just make a renovation to the dust layers of the globe. Just wash away, just wipe away the dust particles of the globe. Not only a part of the land, but my intention is to clean, make all the place beautify, just to wash, just to purify. That is what. And says that, and what is the second line here says that, and all in them, and all that in them without me were seeds only, laden, unborn. Says that if I am not back here as rain, if I won't fall down or come down as rain, there won't be any life. I give life also. Another purpose of the rain is to give life. How? It says that without rain, the seeds will remain latent. Latent means hidden. It will lie buried in the sand, and it will not get new saplings. Without me, all the seeds are dead. Okay? So that is another purpose. One of the purpose is to wipe away all the dryness of the land, to clean the land, to wash away all the dirty things of the globe. The next one is to give life. Without rain, all the seeds will remain hidden and unborn under the sand. Okay, so this is what the purpose of the rain is, to rejuvenate the land with green color. After the first rain, you know that new saplings will sprout out from the land. All the place will get a green look. As you all know that green is a symbol of prosperity. It's a symbol of life. Most people like green color because there is life. And now says that yes, without me there is no life. I come here to give life to. Okay? If the land need prosperity and abundance of freshness with plants, grains and new life, whose presence is very necessary, the presence of rain. Okay? So that is the two purpose of rain. Then what the rain says that, and forever by day and night I give back to my own origin and make pure and beautify. Now the rain says that I am taking a sort of sacrifice in my life. What is that sacrifice? Says that each moment of time I am just going under a great process. Each and every moment of life I am just undergoing some changes in my life, whether it is daytime or whether it is nighttime. I always keep nourishing the land, keeping all the natural resources safe and fine for the welfare of its inhabitants. That's what it says, and forever. Not only for one day, not only for 1 month, forever, till the world exists. Whether it be day, whether it be night, I just give back to my own origin. After this rain comes, it again goes back in the form of water through rivers back to where? Back to the sea or to the ocean. And from ocean, again this process of evaporation takes place. So that's where it says that I give back. How many of you are ready to give back to your life for the sake of others? So that in that sense, the rain is sacrificing its own life. Okay? It nourishes the land. It is even ready to take any shape for enriching the land by the cyclic process of evaporation. And also, the ultimate aim of the rain is to see that it makes the land pure and beautify. What is pure? Another meaning of pure is sanctify. What is sanctify? Get rid of from all evils. Okay? To make it pure without any stagnance, without any impurities. It just wipe away all the sorrows. All the unhappy situations of the land will be wiped away by whom? By the rain. So that's why my intention for coming to this earth is to make the land, is to make the earth pure and just give additional beauty to the earth by wiping away all the sorrows, impurities of the land. Even the tiny particle of the earth will be wiped away or washed away by my presence. Thus I am sanctifying, make it pure, okay, holy, in order to get it more suitable for the inhabitants to enjoy their life. Actually, this is why the poet says that I am the poem of the earth, considering the rain. Just like a poem or a song which gives happiness, just likewise the rain also acts as a source of happiness and also as a life-sustaining force towards this earth. Okay? Then the last two lines, for song issuing from his birthplace after fulfillment, wandering wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. Why this poet has given these two lines in a bracket? Because this is something that comes in the mind of the poet. This is not said by the rain. All other part of the poem was said by the rain. The answer to the question, who art thou? So here, these two lines is the lines which was given by the poet himself, as this was not the answer from the part of the rain. Okay? So now, the poet, after listening to the explanation given by the rain about its life, now the poet is comparing this rain with something. And what is that?
For song issuing from his birthplace after fulfillment, wandering wreck to unwreck, duly with love returns. Says that yes, after listening to the explanation of who this rain is, the poet says that it's similar to that of a song. Song here, poetry, a poem, whatever. Okay? Why the poet might have written likewise? Because he is also a person who writes what? Poetry. He is also what? Appreciating the beauty of nature. And as we listen to the lines of this poem, we also get rejuvenated. See what all things is done by rain. So that's why the poet is comparing this rain with the song. Why he is comparing a rain with the song? It says that for song issuing from his birthplace after fulfillment, wandering wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. Now the poet says that yes, after hearing this, I think that this rain is just like the song which is composed by a poet or a singer or a writer. When it was sung, it goes into different places, and different listeners enjoy the song. After a particular period of time, this song will come back to the poet or to the singer, and that singer with great love accept it. Says that when a song is being heard for the first time, we all are ready to accept it. We'll enjoy the song. But what about hearing the song for 10,000 times or 10 or 20 times? You will get bored and you will not listen back. But for the person who has written this poem or a song, always that song will be something greater that he always wanted to keep very near to his heart. He will not get bored. So with great love, whether the song is accepted by the listeners, whether a poem is accepted by the readers or not, it will be welcomed back by the poet or by the singer. So what the poet is trying to say that just like the rain, the purpose of the rain is to make the land happy, beautify it. Sometimes people get some sort of distraction from the extreme presence of rain. Sometimes they curse the rain. But the rain says that even if people curse me, even if people accept me or they will never accept, I continue my journey like this. And the song also, from time immemorial, we know that there is song, there is poems, poetry, everything goes on. Okay? So that's why the poet says that for song issuing from his birthplace, just like a song which is composed by a poet, after fulfilling its intention, making the people happy, once they forget, who is ready to take it back to his heart? The poet is ready to take it back to his heart. Just likewise, the rain, after making the land nourished, it comes back to his place of origin. Where? To the bottomless sea. Okay? So that's why the poet says that both are perpetual in nature. Okay? The sound of the soft falling rain is itself, in itself, we can hear a kind of music, isn't it? So the poet is a person who wholeheartedly accepts his poems back to his life, whether it is enjoyed by the readers or not. Or a singer is ready to receive back the song that he had sung, whether the listeners have enjoyed it or not. But always the place of birth is a place where they can happily live forever. Okay? So this is what the voice of the rain is all about. The rain says that I am the poem of the earth. My intention is to beautify the land, just like a poem which gives happiness to the whole human nature or humanity. Okay? Whether you accept me or not, my aim is to fulfill my desire, that is to make this land beautiful, adorable, and more pleasing for all the inhabitants to lead a perfect life, to give a mindset full of happiness. Whether you accept me or not, I go on doing my job till the world comes to an end. Okay? So this is what the poem is all about, the voice of the rain. Okay? Before winding up, let's see the poetic device. The first one is apostrophe. What is that apostrophe? Actually, here the poet is addressing to the imagined presence. Imagined presence of what? Rain. Actually rain is there, but he can't hear anything that is said by rain. Okay, so that's why it's apostrophe. Okay, addressing to imagined presence or thing or people who actually not present. Actually here he is talking to the rain, but rain is not giving an answer. It's an imagination that from the part of the poet. Okay, then the next one is personification, that we already said. What is that? Animating the inanimate, giving human quality. The poet is addressing the rain as you by asking a question, who are you? Okay, then metaphor. What is metaphor? Metaphor is attributing the full quality of something. When the poet said that I am the poem of the earth, instead of saying that I am like the poem of the earth, but instead says that I am the poem of the earth. That means the rain also carries all the qualities, all the goodness that a poem just has in its life. Okay, that is metaphor. Then another one is hyperbole. Hyperbole, exaggerating something. That means giving more explanation and highlighting something above its physical presence. Here the poet says that bottomless sea. Is there any sea without bottom? No, isn't it? It says that bottomless sea in order to show the vast and the expanse of the sea. Here the poet has given an exaggeration by telling that bottomless sea. I come back to my place of origin. What is that? Bottomless sea. And the last one is alliteration. What is alliteration? Repetition of speech sound. Here the sound z, said I to the soft falling shower. Z is repeated. Said I to the soft falling shower. Z is repeated. In the next line, whence vaguely formed. Here you need to remember one thing. Even though the spelling is different, but the sound is same. What is the sound? The sound is v. Okay, so that's why here we have alliteration. Repetition of speech sound, not spelling. Speech sound. Here, even though the spelling is different, but the sound remains the same. Okay, v, whence, vaguely, v. The sound v is repeated. Okay, so these are the poetic device, important poetic device that comes in the voice of the rain. I hope you have a great time listening to the nature's beauty, rain. Okay, read the poem 2-3 times. Thank you all. Have a great day.